Hello everyone, and welcome to today's class, Seated Hip Opening Yoga. So today we're going to focus on hip openers in either a seated or lying down position. So we're going to remain just on the ground throughout the class, okay? So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position, so whatever that means for you. If it's comfortable with the legs crossed, that's great. If you want to have the legs straight out, the back against the wall being supported, that's fine too. You could also try folding up a blanket into a rectangular shape and place that under your sitting bones. That might help. So choose the seat that works for you, and when you're ready, let's begin. So we'll begin with an Ujjayi breath. If you haven't practiced that before, we do have a video specifically just about that if you have any questions about the technique. But very simply, we're going to come to a comfortable position and just let the eyes softly close. So just for a moment, breathing naturally. Don't worry about how deeply you inhale or exhale. Just allow your body to breathe on its own. Not trying to change the breath in any way yet. Relax your belly. And try to feel your weight sink down into your sitting bones, into the legs. Lengthen your spine up towards the ceiling, reaching the crown of the head upward. And then we'll begin the Ujjayi breath. So just making a very gentle constriction in your throat. So just like you're trying to fog up a mirror, like that feeling you get in your throat. Another description which works for people is to try to feel your tongue as far back as you can in your throat, and then very gently tensing there, or pressing your tongue downward, contracting the tongue a little bit back in the throat, and see if that helps. But either way, it's going to produce a gentle, smooth sound, so it'll sound like this. And just however you get that sound, try to make it as gentle as possible, just enough for you to hear that sound, okay? And we'll begin like that. Begin breathing, inhaling and exhaling with that gentle constriction in the throat. And focus on making the sound as smooth and continuous as possible, like the same amount of air is passing through the throat every moment. And next time you exhale, letting go of the constriction in the throat, coming back to your normal breath. And throughout the practice, as best you can, try to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, but prioritizing allowing your natural breath, allowing your breath to lead your movements, okay? So bring the hands to the knees, and exhaling, begin to circle to the left and forward. Inhale as you go right and up. And trying to move just from the hips, trying to keep the back as straight as you can. And next time you come forward, reverse direction. So inhaling left and upright, exhaling right and forward. Again, trying to keep the spine straight, moving from the hips. Inhale, come upright, and we'll bring the hands up. Bring the left hand to the back of the neck, bring the right hand over to the left elbow. So if this is impossible for you, if you can't reach the elbow, just bring the hands to the back of the head like this, interlacing the fingers behind the head, okay, or on top of the head. Behind will help you open the chest a little more though, and the shoulders. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. And breathing normally, try to fill the chest, fill the ribs as you breathe. Inhaling, bring the hands up, and we'll switch sides. If you have the hands behind the head, you can keep them where they are. Bring the right hand this time to the back of the neck, the left hand to the right elbow. And as you breathe, expanding the chest, expanding the ribs. Bring the hands back down with your exhale. Keeping the hands on the knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand to the ground, and just rotating around to the right. So remember, when you twist, it's always on an exhale, never compressing on an inhale. And also trying not to use muscular force. So as you exhale, just enough to rotate naturally. Try to feel your spine. And try to let the whole spine rotate. So try not to keep it limited to one area. Nice deep breaths here. Always being patient with your body, allowing it to open in its own time. Inhaling, come around facing forward. We'll do just the opposite, so bring the right hand to the left knee, the left hand to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate around to the left. So again, remembering, listen to your body, allow it to have its own time to open. Don't try to force anything. Inhaling, come around facing forward again. And then we're going to bring the bottoms of both feet together, coming to cobbler pose or Baddha Konasana. Pull the heels as close as you comfortably can to the seat. And you can either interlace the hands around the toes if you want. If this is impossible for you, just bring the hands to the feet, or if the feet are out further, just bring the hands to the ankles. Okay. Another option is you can always use a strap around the ankles too, around the feet here. Okay, if you happen to have props with you. So inhaling, press the sitting bones down into the ground, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, relax the knees downward. Try not to use any muscular force to press the knees down. Just focus on softening the insides of the thighs and focus on gently contracting the butt muscles on both sides. Nice deep breaths here. Okay, and let the feet go with your inhale. Then I'm going to rotate so you can see you're probably facing the correct way already. We're going to let both legs come out straight and then just bring the right foot in. So you're going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, and wherever it comes, if it comes to the knee, that's cool. Pull the left toes back towards the shin, lengthen the spine. And with your exhale, fold down. So wherever your hands come, if they come to the thigh, the shin, the ankle, or the foot. So find where you are. Try not to sacrifice your alignment to reach further, right? It doesn't matter how far we go, it matters how soft everything is in the body. If we're following the breath, if we can breathe comfortably, that's much more important. So if you can bring a strap, if you have a prop with you, you want to bring a strap around the foot, that's another option. And once you're in your position where you are, try to breathe naturally. Focus on where you feel the stretch in the body, in the leg or the hip. And try to soften, relax those muscles with your breath. Inhaling, come upright. Just the opposite. So we're going to bring the right leg out. Bring the left foot in. Again, it could be at the knee or the thigh. Pull your toes back on your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. So again, the thigh, the shin, a strap around the foot if you have one, or the foot itself. Nice deep breaths once you get there. And next time you inhale, coming upright, bring both legs straight out, and we'll come lying down flat on the back. Then we're going to bring the right leg flat on the floor. Bring the left foot onto the right knee. So the left ankle onto the right knee. So again, find where you are in your practice. If this is enough for you, if you could slide the right foot in and you feel a stretch on the left hip, then that's fine. You could stay here. If you want to go further, you could pull the toes back towards the shin on the left foot and then reach the hands underneath or behind the right thigh. Interlace the fingers, pull the toes back, and you can stay here or you could begin to gently pull in until you begin to feel the stretch on the outside of the left hip. And nice deep breaths here. And then next time you exhale, bring the right foot down, bring the left foot flat on the floor, right ankle on the left knee, pull the toes back. Again, you can slide the left foot back towards the seat, and if you feel a stretch, you could stay here. Or you could bring the hands underneath the left thigh, pull the toes back and pull the thigh in until you begin to feel a stretch on the outside of the right hip here. Nice deep breaths. Next time you exhale, bring both feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to bring the hands on both knees, one on each knee, pull the knees in, and begin circling. So as you exhale, you're going to bring the knees towards the torso and then away from each other. As you inhale, down and together. So exhaling in and out, inhaling down together. Try to allow your sacrum to relax into the ground as you do this. And then reverse direction, up and in, down and out. And then bring the feet down to the ground. Walk the feet towards the seat. And then out to the edges of the mat. And just begin rocking your knees side to side. So I remember when I first saw this posture, it was extremely uncomfortable for me because my hips and back were so tight. So just go as far as is comfortable for you. You'll notice the shift. You want to feel the stretch in your hips and maybe some in your back, right? But mostly in your hips. But you don't want to feel anything in the knee. If you're trying to press down with the knee and the hip isn't ready to move, then you'll feel pain in your knee and you don't want to go there. So just in the hip, as much movement as you can get, just moving from the hip, however much that is. And then bring the feet back together. We're going to bring the hands out to the sides. You can have them in goalpost arms like this, elbows bent 90 degrees, hands by the sides. Or you can bring the hands straight out if you have room, okay? Exhaling, pull the knees in, and then drop them over towards the right. You can let the head drop over towards the left. So again, find what's comfortable for your body. If you need to bring the knees down lower, then you can do that. If you're using props or have props, you can bring a block between the knees or under the bottom knee. Nice relaxed breaths here. Next time you inhale, bring the knees back up, feet flat on the floor, and we'll do just the opposite on the other side. So arms by the sides, pull the knees in, and as you exhale, drop the knees over towards the left. You can have the head look over towards the right. Being patient with your body always. Nice natural breaths. And then inhale, bring the feet flat on the floor. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. We're going to come to reclined cobbler pose or Baddha Konasana. So bring the bottoms of the feet together, let the legs drop out to the sides. You can bring the hands up if you want to, overhead, whatever's comfortable, or down by the sides or on the belly. See what works for you. And just allow the insides of the thighs to soften and relax. Natural breaths. And then we're going to come to Shavasana, final relaxation pose. So you can remain here if you want to. Some people find this posture comfortable, especially if you place two blocks under the knees. Otherwise, you can just bring the legs straight out. Bring the hands by the sides, palms facing up. And let your eyes close. Allow the back of the head to soften into the ground. Soften the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, and the jaw. Allow your breath to soften and relax. Try to rest your back in the ground like you're allowing the back to melt down into the mat. Let the weight of the arms just be supported by the ground, and do the same with the legs. And bring all your attention to your belly. And feel the natural expansion and contraction of your abdomen with your breath. And not trying to change any of this, just watching it as it is. And enjoying the sensations of breathing. The feeling of the air passing in through the nostrils. The feeling of the abdomen expanding as you inhale and softening, releasing with your exhale. Just keep your attention focused on the sensations of the breath. And when you feel ready, slowly beginning to deepen your breath. Making small movements with your hands, with your feet. And then pulling the knees in towards the chest. Always taking your time, especially at the end. Trying to preserve the relaxation that we've come to. And then drop the knees over to the side, roll over, and bring the hand down to the ground and press up. And thank you for joining me today. See you next time.